Hi, I'm Sayan and welcome to my LifePage. I'm the head of business development for the Dehradun Guitar Company. Before I start on the subject of business development, let me introduce myself a bit. I was born in Kolkata and I did my BS in physics from St. Joseph's, Bangalore. After graduating, I moved on to advertising, where I did my job as social media manager to copywriting before I moved on to business development. So business development in terms of a guitar company is basically getting in relationships with artists, dealers, where you sell the guitars. And it's also about creating an infrastructure for the company to place its foothold, initially in the local area, that is India for now, and then all over the world. First of all, it should be the knowledge of music, because you need to talk with musicians and dealers, basically people who are doing music full time as a living, and you really need to show that you know what you're talking about, because after all, they'll be talking to you, not the guitar or whatever you're selling. You will be the face of the company, and if you don't have the particular knowledge of music, it's impossible to communicate with them. And number one in that is passion. Like any other field, if you don't have the passion for developing business, it won't work out. First, you're going to need great people, from famous musicians to up and coming musicians too. And there's so much talent out there, and you feel so happy in representing them that personally it gives me the biggest boost I need. Guitar making is a pretty nascent industry in India, and along with that comes a general lack of awareness, starting from consumers to the sources where we get our woods from. For example, logs are generally cut into making billets and sleepers, which is then used in furnitures. But for us, we need a completely different cut, and that's not available in India. So our challenge is to how to train these local cutters, and we have to go to the source, that is the forests, and work with the government in getting wood for us. As a business development person for a guitar company, I travel around 42 kilometers every day up and down the hill, because I sit off of a mountain and I come down to my workshop around 9. And once I reach, I meet the guys and ask them how they're doing. And then we get some tea and discuss the day's agenda in terms of building guitars. And after that, I just get on my laptop and check my mails and just finish some correspondence if it's left. Post that, I have to do some research on the particular weeks happening in the guitar world in general. So there are a lot of things always happening. Different guitar makers are innovating something, that have been shown somewhere, some review somewhere. So you got to get in touch with everything, touch base with that. Post that, I get into the production. I check up on what guitars I've been building, what's happening, what's on the line. I help in giving some input regarding designs, because after all, we usually make the guitars on demand of the market. So my input is pretty valuable to the guitar schedule. Then we have lunch around at 1:30, and we get a lunch from the community. We have a sister company called Join, and so the lunch comes from there. And then we eat lunch and we just hang around for some time. Then we get back to work, and then it's mostly about catching up with the dealers, checking up on musicians, talking with customers or soon-to-be customers. If there's someone who is willing to buy a guitar but they're in two minds, talking with them personally, getting on a call with them or Skype if they're out overseas, and just explaining to them what the guitar is all about, and then hopefully convincing them to buy one guitar. Mostly the day ends around 4:35 for me, because I have to get back to my home again up the hill. So it's a pretty nice commute back. I hope I gave you some balanced information regarding a business development officer for a guitar company. Thank you and have a nice day.